would like to bring to your attention our flagship, the Brunello Di Montalcino. Why Brunello Di Montalcino is so popular, and what exactly is Brunello Di Montalcino? Oh well, Brunello Di Montalcino, it's a wine that is made out of just Sangiovese grapes. It's 100% Sangiovese grapes. It's not a wine considered a blend. It's just one varietal. And the Sangiovese that is used for the Brunello Di Montalcino comes from vineyards classified Brunello Di Montalcino, located inside the district of Montalcino. This district is actually located in the southern part of Tuscany, inside the region of Siena. And it's a district that for centuries has been known to be one of the most vocated areas to make good wines and great wines. The one that I'm presenting you is, of course, the one of Fattoria dei Barbi. Fattoria dei Barbi has been, through the Colombini family, a big player in the fame of Brunello Di Montalcino, because the Fattoria dei Barbi is a property owned by the Colombini since generation. So this wine, it's a wine that had the time, thanks to generation of dedicated people, to become a really great wine known all over the world. And let's go specifically to the blue label Brunello Di Montalcino made by Fattoria dei Barbi. This is one of the most recent vintages. So start from the color, which is a brilliant and intense ruby red without being too concentrated. You can still see through it, but it's really very brilliant. When it's very young, it's brilliant ruby red. When it gets a bit older, you start to notice a sort of garnet profile on the edges. But this is very young, so this wine has been only a few years in the bottle. The bouquet is a stratification of fruits as red berries, strawberry, red currant, black cherry, and flowers such as hawthorn, and I would say even a touch of lavender, and herbs such as mint. The mintiness is a specific characteristic of the Sangiovese from the area of Montalcino. The taste is ample and warm, but also very vibrant, thanks to a very lively acidity, which is another characteristic of the Sangiovese. All the fruit and flowers that you have experienced when you first sniff the bouquet come back in the palate, wrapped in a glove of silk. This is a magic wine, but doesn't play tricks, tells the truth, tells the reality of a terroir that is very, 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 very strong in identity, the terroir of Montalcino. So, what would you pair with this wine? Well, I would say when the Brunello Di Montalcino is relatively younger, which means that has been released since only 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, it's a perfect match for casserole dishes, for roast beef, and Yorkshire pudding if you are British. It's excellent also for vegetarians and vegan because it's really lovely with spicy vegetables or roasted peppers and aubergine. When it gets a bit older and when the weather gets a bit sort of darker and cooler, it's a fantastic match for game, venison, or just morsels of smelly, stinky, mature cheeses. A wine that can age for a long time, but can be incredibly pleasant to be drunk very soon. So going back to why Brunello Di Montalcino is so popular, well, I think it's because the making of it has been experienced and tried for many generations, reaching a point in which it has the perfect protocol to satisfy any sort of really demanding customer. The protocol of Brunello Di Montalcino not just requires that it's made with 100% Sangiovese coming from classified vineyards inside the district of Montalcino. The vines have to be at least 5 years old, but I must say that most of the producers make Brunello with grapes coming from older vines. Our vineyards that make this Brunello Di Montalcino are at least 15 years old. The wine has to wait 5 years before being released for the first time, which means, for instance, in 2020, you are allowed finally to release the Brunello 2015. In these 5 years of wait from the harvest, 5 legal years, from the harvest to the release, the wine has to spend a minimum of 2 years in oak. The oak can be anyone, classic traditional Slavonian oak, French oak, American oak, a mix of everything, different capacity barrels, as long as it's oak. After a minimum of 2 years, it has to spend a minimum of 4 months in the bottle before being released. So if you make numbers, you think that between the harvest and the release, 2 minimum years, 4 months, there is a big gap that can be filled as you like. Each producer has his own style in refining the wine in oak. What we do at Fattoria dei Barbi is, relatively to this Brunello, is to age it for an average of 3 years, 36 months, in a mix of oak barrels, which means between medium size, 700 liters, up to very large barrels, over 3,000 liters. And then we blend the result, we bottle it, and we wait 6 months before bringing it to your table. Learn this. Quanto è buono e quanto è bello un bicchiere di Brunello, se lo dice Raffaella. Bye.